What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. It's telling what we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis. And check this out, y'all. Today, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. I know y'all been tuned in and watching that Young Thug Rico trial. It ain't no way a person could completely agree with, the DA or the judge side when it comes to something where we seeing someone actually get treated as if the law is the opposite. Not innocent until proven guilty, but it looked like guilty until proven innocent. And even if you're proven innocent in one case, you have to be proven innocent in 20 cases just in order to be released or in order to be saying that you're actually innocent. So when it get down to things like this, yeah, we all understand the court of law, the politics, and the things that come behind it. But what y'all don't understand is there's still humans and there's still people and there's still biases that operate throughout these things. So because it's just written in black and white and saying you have to do these things, that don't mean all these things get met. So sometimes you will see that some people get locked up their whole life and they never did no crime. Some people get messed up like that, or some people get more time than what they supposed to got for a crime. So you have different things like that come in effect where they releasing people, they're giving them time cut off because they snitched or told on somebody. You got all these different type of adjustments where they're able to make it. But when it comes to us, we barely even had the power to defend ourselves. If y'all didn't just see what happened today, imagine you paying for your lawyer, and your lawyer, just for him trying to defend you for your life, could be risking his life of going to jail too, just from contempt of court. So, and then the thing about it is they try to hurry up and get through it to basically say like, hey, you didn't hear the judge like basically threaten a witness or make a tampering with a witness. So it's okay if the judge do it, but neither side or neither party supposed to. So I don't get how is that okay. So when we starting to get into these type of things, we'll see how quick they could throw something out. And they know as time go by, people ain't sitting there actually going to keep up with it. But now with these new age, you got screen recording, you got reaction videos where someone is going to speak on it and it's going to be always popping back up to the scene, especially when something unjust start happening. So if you ever been locked up, you could do the same thing. You could go to a law library, you could grab like whatever your charge is and try to see what person caught the less charge or how did they beat the credit case and see how a comparison it is to yours. But not getting too lost into all of that though. At the end of the day, it's still politics. They can play it how they want to play it. It's still like up to a way and balance of what they feel like is right. So when it comes down to us as the people having the power, this is what we claim to be paying for when we can't paying for fair justice and a justice system where we could all be treated equal, not when one's getting treated more than the other, right? So we get fed with all these type of lies, even when it comes down to the religious base, to the point where we're not putting our hands up till we just letting something happen. And now that don't mean engage into some actual physical war. No, this means actually start coming up with things. And just like how we had to come up with the same laws that, made this legislation branching or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's the same things that now it's trying to start building a new tree, building new paths. Because this is the type of stuff, right? For us, for example, when you got a judge that we could clearly see with body language and all, siding with one side, not just a little bit more than another, way more than another, and allowing this side to do things and bring up tricks that aren't supposed to be talked about and letting them touch on it briefly. But when this other one try to speak on it, just completely cutting them off and even telling them like, yo, delete that out the tape basically and all this type of stuff that, man. We dealing with some stuff where we're living at a mocking tongue basically in our face. So when it comes down to that, that's just one thing, y'all. This is just one case. This is just big enough that the person was more famous enough and had enough money and, enough clout for us to be all able to interact with it. But this stuff been going on, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to things like that. But we still put our trust in these things. And like I've been said the other day, why do all three of them have something to do with each other? LeBron and the Pope ain't got nothing to do with each other. The president and, a football player shouldn't have nothing to do with each other. But this is the reality we see of it all being linked together for it to all have some type of leadership of saying, hey, if you go the opposite way of this, you don't know where you're going. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of fear monger when you got it going around out here, especially when it comes down to the conscious. You got the flat earthers. You got the new agers. You got the satanic, you got the religion. So you got all of these different things, and they all different religious because they all don't want to get sucked up under a certain, they all want to be sucked up under a certain wave or have a finger to point at to blame their faults on. So at the end of the day, this is where we get to the point of seeing like, yo, this is our freedom that we fighting for. Or even if you a person right now, think about your life just getting took and somebody said, like a couple of you say you did something right. Then when it come down to it, we find out ain't too many people saying you did nothing. And it ain't too much evidence saying you did anything, but yet somebody got you hemmed up. I'm talking about days of your life where you were in a prison at risk of getting killed, at risk of getting hurt, or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you a statue at that high level. You get what I'm saying? The more you is, the more it's like you the bag. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like being in the hood, right? When you're in the hood, you looking for the bag. Once you come up in the hood, it's time to move out the hood because you become the bag. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we watching how, How if you don't be the wolf, you'll end up getting ate by the other wolves. So you got to learn how to be the alpha of the pack. So when we looking at things like this is showing us power tactics. That has nothing to do with us physically. This just have us saying, hey, we're not gonna participate in these activities as we once did, because of the activities of how we participate in them. We demand change. We need a little thing switched around, because how I said, a judge should be over that judge. So not only should a person be a judge, but this person should be able to represent all three parties and be able to stand there and see how a judge basically leaning. Because now we can see, okay, damn, the judge cutting corners and trying to prosecute this person more than they should have, instead of trying to cut slack. So at the end of the day, it's already messed up that you're able to get punished for life with certain crimes that ain't even involve killing, where you can lose your whole life and not learn nothing from it. So it's already killing the point of teaching someone a lesson. You get what I'm saying? Because we'll see them catch way more cruel time than what's needed or necessary to that crime. So we living in a new time now, but yet the law is still old. So yeah, you have certain things getting switched up, but it's not until we open our mouth about it. So the more we voice our opinion, the more we be a man about it, the more we don't have to worry about suffering and receiving so much of backslash. So it's up to us. So at the end of the day, yeah, they can say, oh, y'all ain't got no power, but it clearly shows once we all start saying something. Now, right now, nobody say nothing about it. Ain't nothing gonna happen. But if you start getting a couple people, and I mean everybody, I'm talking about from your suburban neighborhoods, the ones that's in your law, in the law office and all this type of things here, you start getting them to come, and now they all putting in their thing like, yo, that was unfit. This is the Constitution rule. Da 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 da. You know, they go to breaking that shit down. You got multiple people doing that now. We showing now in YouTube, we got the power that so bad that these people will come to us and try to figure out the investigation. Y'all heard them say, oh, from DJ Academics, oh, from this and that. They're in the court system. So if y'all see what they're doing, they showing that damn. At this point, we don't really have no power. But why would we tell somebody that? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all, this is the reason why we saying we gotta figure out something, right? Where some things just not gonna work no more. You know, and I understand that some people held on and they probably worked it for thousands, but it's over with. You know what I mean? And that be the thing about it. People be scared to let go things. So if y'all thought about the root of attachment, well, damn, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You can't even let go just certain laws and just certain ways that certain things were set, especially when they come under these minds. Like, who tells somebody this one guy that doesn't know you at all could judge your whole motherfucking life and throw away the key, whether you did something or not? That's just like me right now. I'm getting up here. I'm literally saying, do not do nothing violent. Do not do nothing physical. All you have to do is voice your opinion. It don't take no more than that. But yet they'll find everything else, try to catch you out of personality and use all of these things against you. But when it comes for somebody fighting for you, they'll say, oh, you were saying this out of that code. You were saying this out of that code. So they have their little witty ways of trying to degrade and take away from what you're saying and add on and, you know, multiply that shit on their end. So at the end of the day, I'm just looking at this shit and I'm like, yo, what is actually happening? This man is finna go to jail because he said he heard something. This man asking him where you got it from. And then he's reading the law saying that this man ain't got to tell him where he got it from. But he's saying, nah, bump that, you in my courtroom. You got to tell me where you got. Like, y'all, it's getting bad. And he's saying that basically this guy is threatening a witness, making a witness change his answers around. But if we did that, that would have been a whole federal charge. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, these people showing, and they're really trying to see how far it's going to go before somebody hold it, before somebody say something, before a couple people speak on it. Now, 3-4 people that are speaking on it, that ain't going to mean nothing. That's just like trying to go to the hood and say, hey, bro, y'all heard about them J's? Now, if everybody in the hood talking about the J's, now everybody got to go get them. It's messed up like that, but even in the local areas, it don't matter what you show people. People be so caught up into this world and caught up into they self that they'll be like, hey, yo, I got to go to work. Hey, yo, I got to get this. And it's sad because I believe right now, if the government say, hey, screw you guys, anybody work ain't getting paid, I believe some people still go to work and clock in. And be like, well, they might pay after everything over with. And it's just like, damn, what else can we get taken from us possibly? We giving up everything. Our locations. We had a red light. You can't hide nothing in your car. You can't do nothing. Trust me, they know you got it on you. They done seen the people in the car. Which at this point, we already don't have no privacy. So even if you buy your own house, it still ain't yours. So we living with stuff like this where, hey, they'll say you died and you didn't sign this over to nobody. So, hey, now the bank own this. You get what I'm saying? It's like, y'all, come on, y'all. You got people that's breaking their whole life, working their whole life just to die for something. And then they just hurry up and trade it away and just give it away or just break it down like it ain't nothing going on. So at the end of the day, they showing you, man, we don't value shit y'all do. But yet we as a people value everything they tell us to do, to the point so much that we don't even value our own loved ones, our own family. Don't even know how to tend to each other no more. Don't even know how to communicate because we so worried about what we need to do to be considered as a good human being, to be considered as a full adult, to be considered as what's right in the world. And the people that's telling us what's right is literally telling us what's wrong on purpose. And people still ain't eating that and understanding that. And it's like, damn, yo, this is what spiritual frustration is. Because you already know you can't stop the whole world. There's going to be dual spirits that come in that just not going to pick up what's going on until they experience a couple lifetimes. Yeah, sure enough, you understand that. But when you out here looking at motherfuckers like, you know how you feel about this shit. Y'all all looking at each other like, man, I can't keep doing this shit. But we all like, all right, come on, y'all, we got to keep doing this shit. And it's just like, yo, who is in control of y'all at this point? You know, and this just to show you how we don't let things just get overpowered to the point like, I don't be wanting to speak on this type of conscious stuff. Because to me, it'd be like, yo, we just crying at this point. Because while we trying to sit up here and be like, yo, let's just break away from all these systems and stuff, you got motherfuckers that's sorry as hell in life. That don't want to be a real man. That's want to go into these systems because they want what the system giving them. They want what the religious people giving them. They want what the Muslims getting. They want to have protection. They want to be secure. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And instead of people realizing, yo, I joined this religion just for this, they ass sitting over there like they really hardcore about this shit. So we got people that's crashing out over things that's materialistic. So out of their own thirst, or their own lust. So at the end of the day, as a spiritual people, you got to just maintain to your motherfucking self and just hope, lead by example. But at the same time, we got to still be able to have our voice in it. If we don't voice or put our thoughts in it, we're going to keep letting these dumbasses speak. And after that, next world filled with more dumbasses. And that's the thing I be saying, like, the people that they know to speak and how this algorithm works, y'all don't think they know what they're doing? Why would they allow somebody that could break it down so common sense that it sound like something simple you could do and something simple you could just change? Why would they allow that person to come up and change the world that they work hard to build and craft and have us build out their blueprints and make these things where they could charge just how much they want for diamonds and gold and etc. metal and stuff like that? Why would they? Who would give up all that? Who would give up, okay, let me make you wake up every morning so even when you're not in school, and you got kids that's in school, it's damn near like you in school because you got to wake up every morning to tend to them, or you're going to have days where you have to pick them up from school. So no matter how your work schedule working, you better figure out a way to make it pitch in. But yet now you damn near got to work 2 jobs. Like most people that I know is working 2+ jobs. And some of them play good, decent. You know what I'm saying? Even me, like the way I do things. Bro, I'm not finna sit here and put all my time in that. I understand how that shit get distracted. So if y'all don't see me on here, y'all know I'm on grind mode. But at the same time, I'll get back to here because I understand how important it is for us overall, not just my own self-life. So sometimes a person got to know how to log the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Log the fuck out, how people say it, the matrix. Because at the end of the day, you steady putting time into this. You're not having no time to yourself, the focus of who you are. So when we get to who I am, who am I? What do I like? How do I feel? What do I love? When then you start really getting to those things, not just some shit that's peer pressure and out to this world, and if you can't get it, you can't have it, and now you're lusting out for it like you're falling or lack fulfillment of. Nah, you got to find out how to bake different values throughout different things. Now, values ain't always have to be the materialistic things that we see. You know what I'm saying? A value could go about how much you love someone or love the passion to do something. So that way, you'll make more money than anything if you're doing something you like to do, something you love to do. So I love to do this. I love to come and talk to people. Yeah, I might not be making no money from it or making no big shit like that at the moment where you will see it, we'll be like, damn, bro, you should just quit everything else you're doing and make this your career. No. But at the same time, it's going to stick with me because I understand how this shit get when it comes down to these politics and this entertainment of how they control things. Why is it even an algorithm? You'll ask yourself that. Why is it even a view count? You start asking yourself that. You get what I'm saying? So when you start to look at these things, it's to separate. It's to have control and power over these things that's such as abstract. So it's like, damn, we're trying to have a metaverse where we can control what's going on even digital. So at the end of the day, we got to realize just how much power we got. And as the people, we still have say-sos. And when we say something, shit change. You get what I'm saying? It's a world right now where even the motherfuckers that's in the chair like, y'all, I'm kind of tired of doing these same things, y'all. And the reason why you're tired, you've been doing this shit so many lifetimes. And it's a whole new time. You get what I'm saying? The time of Aquarius. So ain't no more old times out there, none of that. And you're going to start looking crazy. I'm telling you, all the Christians right now is having the hardest times in their world trying to explain God versus everything else in life. They be like, nah, listen, God good, though, because God saved me from... And you be like, bro, listen here, bro. You know what I mean? And it just be like crazy because now people don't even want to hear their conversations no more. So at the end of the day, people getting to the point of you got the intellect and you got motherfuckers out here, like I said, they new spirits. They come and explore. You can't really focus on them. You got to focus on the ones that's speaking and stuff like that because they be the ones that's important pieces of the battle, important pieces of the chess. So like me, and stuff like that. Nigga be considered a king or horseman and all that, depending on which angle you taking it, right? So if you're looking at it from a conscious perspective, you'll be like, oh, damn, that nigga's a horseman. But if you're looking at it from a spiritual perspective, you'll be like, he a king. So if we lose to somebody like that, we don't have nobody out here that's actually speaking spirituality. These people speaking from a perspective of biasness or what they was raised in. So when it comes down to them trying to speak, it always sounds religious automatically. They can't speak without it being religious, or they can't speak without it being satanic. They can't speak without it being some origin of what they was brought up in and not understand how to separate it and come back to it. So when we looking at this, people don't know how to individualize nothing. They don't know how to separate nothing. They don't know how to separate the mind, the body from the spirit. So we'll see them collab all these things together, make it sound like the mind, the body, and the spirit is the same thing, to the point that when you die, you're going to see the same person that once lived in the physical body. So now it's like a whole nother physical world. So when y'all hearing these things, these is people that's actually making the world back more physical, not actually understanding the place out of, we came out of nowhere, we was born from no thing, we came, you know what I'm saying? And who is God? No one, stuff like that. So they don't understand how we come out of nowhere and create existence or creation itself. So when they get down to that, these people going to be saying we demigods, we this and that there. They don't know how to break it down and separate the shit that was being explained to them and demiurges and stuff like that. Look, things that you're going to go through, not that this is what you are. You're the host. You're the body that's just consuming these things or getting worked through. So the universe worked through you. And these people act like the universe working with you as in, nah, man, not like that, bro. Y'all got to get it right. But anyways, man, they bring a lot of confusion. And they have people there where when we say the words like woke, it's already torn. When we say the word like third eye, central chakra, root chakra, crown chakra, it's already got a bad ring to it because we got people out there that don't know what they're talking about and just being coached by and having low knowledge. So they're just preaching out the same thing they read. They're not going and actually trying to experience it and see how they could bring more to the book of life, how they could bring more to it. And that's what we're doing on the spiritual level over here, man. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, man, make sure y'all tune in, man. I'm out. OG Gerald.